He goes, look, I converted you basically, so you are my spiritual daughter, because he's their spiritual father. He goes, I have betrothed you as a chaste virgin to one husband, because the church is the bride of Christ. So this is spiritual. It's nothing carnal, nothing physiological, because we have to emphasize that because we have people, sick minds, who think that Christ is going to come and have a physical wife. No, it's the church, the spiritual bride of Christ. But there is something called spiritual virginity. Paul uses it. I want to present you as a chaste virgin to one husband, but I am afraid that as the serpent deceived Eve by his cunning, you too will be deceived from your simple devotion to Christ. Now, how does Satan, the serpent, rob us of our spiritual virginity? He says it. In verse 4, he says, because if someone comes and preaches another Jesus than we preached, or a different spirit from the one we received, or a different gospel, you put up with it easily. So he's saying the way Satan makes Christians lose their integrity, virginity, is by presenting another Jesus and you tolerate it. Well, he's talking about the Islamic Jesus. And I'm not saying he knew about it, but the other Jesus is the Jesus of Islam or Mormonism or Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not the same Jesus. There's only one Jesus, and you got to get him right. So the Jesus that Paul preached was God in the flesh, one with the Father and the Spirit. Any other Jesus is Satan's way of deceiving you. So when we say to Muslims, yeah, we all honor Jesus. No, we don't. I don't honor your Jesus. Your Jesus is not my Jesus. So, but when Christians go with it, Paul says, see now, you let the serpent cun you. You just fell for his trick. That's his trick. Yeah, you believe in Jesus, I believe in Jesus. Yeah, no, your Jesus is Isa, who announced the coming Muhammad. My Jesus is the God of Muhammad, before whose feet Muhammad will bow and confess he's Lord. Is that your Jesus? They'll say no. Then your Jesus is not my Jesus. So this is the mindset you have to have. Good. You want to say something?
For the part that I watched this young lady, and I want to ask this because to me, I think about it on what benefit it has. Right? This young lady is asking. You know who she's asking,
yeah,
obviously.
Zakir
Knight, that's right.
That's the one who defeated William Campbell.
That's right. So she's asking him, hey, if men go to heaven, they get 72 virgins, what do women get?
Good
and
question.
This is his answer. It's a very good question. Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
Mother said that Muslims go to heaven, and then they get 72 women, the men. What will the women get? And
yes.
So as far as your second question, I'll answer first and then come back to your first question. As far as the question is concerned, that if the men go to heaven, they'll get 72 hur, that beautiful woman. What will the woman get? The same question was asked to Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, who's the wife of the Prophet. So the wife of the Prophet replied that the woman will get that which your heart hasn't desired, what your eyes hasn't seen, what your ear hasn't heard about. That means, inshallah, you will get something equal. What your heart hasn't desired, what your eyes hasn't seen, what your ear hasn't heard. So inshallah, if you go to heaven, you will get something good, which inshallah you'll be satisfied. But the question is, first you have to enter heaven. If you don't enter heaven, you won't get that something which is good.
What does that mean?
Did you see he didn't answer the question?
He didn't answer it at all.
No. Pay attention to his trick. Oh, yeah, the Quran says, a woman will get what eye hasn't seen, right? Okay, well, hold on. Does that mean she's going to get 70 men? He never said yes. Did you catch that? Because he can't say that. That would be a lie from the pit of hell. So he's an excellent politician. He knows how to get around it. Because if you pay attention, he never said women will get multiple men. He can't say that. So, but you're going to get delights that are mind-blowing. Okay, I understand that. Does that include that the woman gets multiple men? Oh, but you're going to get what the eye has never seen or the mind has comprehended. Okay, but does that mean I'm going to get more than one husband? See, this is the rhetoric I'm talking about.
But what do women get in the Muslim religion?
Well,
in Islam,
can I tell you?
Yeah.
You will be part of the Houris that your husband will deflower for all eternity.
Tell me more.
Okay, now let's say you're a good Muslim woman.
Yeah.
You married a Muslim man.
Yeah.
Now, it's difficult to ascertain if you've been married multiple times, which Muslim man. But if you pass the test and you had a good Muslim husband, Allah will then make you part of those Houris for your husband to deflower. You'll be one among many. No,
it's a crappy deal for the girl.
Why do you think she asked? And notice he never said, oh, you're going to get 70 men. He can't say that. He knows he'd be lying. So that means a Muslim woman, she'll have huge breasts, firm breasts, 7833. She'll be part of the Hur al-Ain. If I tell you where that word comes from, our English word whore comes from that word, by the way.
I was just going to say, it sounds really familiar to whore. Just throwing that out there.
Really, it's not, yeah.
When he said, you're going to be a whore, I was like, okay, that didn't sound...
I was almost going to break out with an impression. The brother said... But we're not doing comedy, Vincent. Vincent, we ain't
Look
doing
at his
comedy.
look at his birthday, by the way.
What is it?
October 18th.
He's born on the same day. We have the same birthday, 13 years apart.
But thank God.
Yeah,
you're,
thank
you're
God.
a muscular, handsome Assyrian beast.
Very different, buddy.
Surrounded by muscular beasts too, but anyway.
My man. So the contradictions of what a man gets versus what a woman gets.
Yeah.
If I'm a logical guy and I'm truly looking for a religion and I'm open-minded,
Yes.
and I'm looking to the Christian church, I'm going, studying Judaism. Maybe I can go that direction. I'm studying Scientology, LDS. Oh, and I'm also becoming a Muslim, right? 72 virgins. How can I buy into that if I got anything but a B or higher in math in high school? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you got what I'm saying. So how does the math add up?
Yeah. What do you mean with Islam?
How many billions of Muslim men have died?
Yeah.
That means there is 72. Like the math.
math,
yeah,
I'm running
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's a
help
lot
me.
of
No, but
from-
see-
this is a math question I'm
Brother,
asking.
you underestimate the greatness of Allah.
That's probably what it is.
That's
The problem is Allah can meet the demand by just giving you, just creating as many hur al-ain as you need. See, this is why you're a kafir, brother. You don't have faith. Allah can do what
gotta
no
work on
eye.
that.
Didn't you remember what no eye has seen, brother?
Yeah.
No heart has come. By the way, that's a plagiarism of Paul. He was quoting Paul because Muhammad took Paul's words. That statement comes from 1 Corinthians 2, verse 9. But Muhammad heard it and misapplied it, misappropriated it. So if you go to 1 Corinthians 2, you're going to see that the context is about what God has in store for believers who love him. It's 1 Corinthians 2:9. But Muhammad took it, adapted it, reinterpreted it. So ironically, Muhammad is quoting Paul, not Jesus here. Because if you go to 1 Corinthians 2, you read 9 all the way to 12, you'll see what the context is. It's in verse 9. What no eye has seen. Wow, sound familiar, brother?
yeah.
What no ear has heard. What no human mind has conceived. The things that God has prepared for those who love him. Wow, I
Can you
heard
play
this.
that again, Rob?
Sounds familiar.
Can you play that again? Go ahead.
But mother, brother, okay, brother, you be careful now.
Then they get 72 women, the men. What will the women get? And
Yes.
so as far as the first question, your second question, I'll answer first and then come back to your first question. As far as the question is concerned, that if the men go to heaven, they'll get 72 hur, that beautiful woman. What will the woman get? The same question was asked to Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, who's the wife of the Prophet. So the wife of the Prophet replied that the woman will get that which your heart hasn't desired, what your eyes hasn't seen, what your ear hasn't heard about.
Weird. I've heard that
That means,
before.
inshallah, you'll get something equal. What your heart hasn't desired, what your eyes hasn't seen, what your ear hasn't heard. So, inshallah, if you go to
Pause
heaven,
it, Rob. Yeah, that's interesting. So what is that? How much of the selling point of becoming a Muslim is that? Is that a big part of
No.
it, or is that a small part of it? I mean, why would somebody who's agreeing, who is open, Muhammad Ali doesn't give me the vibes of being a guy that's not smart, right?
Yeah.
Malcolm X doesn't give me the vibes of a guy that's not smart. I mean,
No, he was very intelligent.
very intelligent. Even Farrakhan, you see, what gets them to say, I'm converting, I'm going. A lot of people I know who have gone that direction. These are smart guys that I've had dinner with, I've had lunch with. I sit down with them, intelligent,
Yeah.
good citizens, good families, good upbringing, good. Even some of these guys are very good, net positive to society. What is the selling point?
You can be smart in one way and completely oblivious in another way, right? So when you say smart, in what sense? Business smart? Okay. But it does not equate to being theologically smart.
That's true.
So Muhammad Ali, if you really know why he converted, it was more because of the emphasis on black supremacy. He became a member of the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam is just black supremacist mindset. So when you're oppressed and you have someone saying, hey, you're the original man and Allah's a black man and the white man's a devil, if you feel oppressed and inferior, that kind of gives you the false pretext that, no, you're special. And that's why you're being oppressed. So his conversion wasn't because he knew Islam. He knew black supremacy, black-centric Islam, which is contrary to the teaching of historic Islam. So when you say, why did he? Yeah, they're smart, but are they smart in religion? Have they studied their sources? Do they understand? Because you have brilliant Christians who are millionaires, but don't know a lick of the Bible. So deny they're intelligent in one way, but it doesn't mean they understand their sources. Now, when you say, is this a selling point? This is one of the things they don't mention. This is why I was saying that within 5 years, when people study Islam and see the horrific, horrendous aspects of Islam, they're shocked. That's why they accuse us of lying immediately. When I say the Quran says it, you're lying. Doesn't say, because they're shocked. So I don't want to give the impression that the Muslims are the villains. They're not. And I'm not saying to be politically correct. Most Muslims have no idea what Islam teaches. They're just cultural Muslims. They'll go pray 5 times a day and they just want to get along. It's those fanatical Muslims that are dangerous, and they're about 10%. They say statistically about 10% that are fanatic, but 10% of 2 billion, that's still a large number, right? Most Muslims have no idea. Most Christians have no idea. Christianity, if I ask a Christian about the Old Testament wars, they're shocked to hear that too. In fact, if I recall, in the debate, didn't they bring up some of the Old Testament wars to try to scandalize the Christian debaters? Because even Christians don't know about, hey, kill everything that breathes. There's a context to that. I mean, Jesus forces us to try to understand the logic. I mean, even when I came to the faith, it was difficult. But then as I understood and I studied, I understand now. Right, but we can get into that. Point being, just like a Christian will be shocked to hear what's in his Bible if he's not properly trained, most Muslims are shocked to hear when I say, Hazrat Aisha. He said, Hazrat Aisha. Did you know she was 9 when Muhammad deflowered her? You're a liar. You're lying. Right? But wait, then they say, well, it was acceptable at that time. Or, no, these are lies. These are later traditions. So not every Muslim is on board because not every Muslim knows. But if you're convinced, now here's the problem. If you're convinced it's the truth, you're stuck with it. Okay, what option do I have? You see?
In one of the conversations with a woman, she's talking to you about being a Muslim, and then you tell the story about how he did something to his wife because she got fat and unattractive and left her.
Sauda bin Zama.
Yeah.
Boy, you've really been watching me. You still like me, invite me?
Oh, yeah. I've been watching the last 2 days. I don't know how many hours of content of yours I've watched.
Yeah, according to, again, you have to go with the Islamic narrative, right? Some people say, well, that's just later tradition. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, 128. If you want to open up, I'll give you the context. 4, 128. You're going to see the context here, yeah. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, 128. Yeah, if he opens it up. Yeah, I don't know. I would recommend a browser, but I don't know which one. The one I have for the
This
website.
is in the Quran?
Yep, watch here, 120.